In recent months, the transfer market has become a hot topic among fans and sports media alike, sparking countless discussions about potential moves and strategic signings. With clubs looking to strengthen their squads ahead of new seasons, every rumor and speculation can send waves of excitement or anxiety throughout the football community. One of the players generating significant buzz in this context is Pedro, the talented striker from Flamengo. Known for his impressive goal-scoring ability and technical prowess, Pedro has captured the attention of many clubs, but none more so than Arsenal. As one of the giants of English football, Arsenal is currently on a quest to revamp its squad and make a serious push for titles after a few challenging seasons. The Gunners have identified the need for a reliable center-forward who can lead their attack and convert chances into goals. This is where Pedro comes into play. Several reports indicate that Arsenal is closely monitoring the Brazilian forward, seeing him as an ideal candidate to fill this crucial role and elevate their offensive capabilities. In this video, we will delve into everything we know so far about the potential transfer of Pedro to Arsenal. We will examine the specific needs of the Gunners, analyzing their current squad dynamics and how Pedro's arrival could fit into their tactical setup. Additionally, we will highlight Pedro's outstanding qualities as a player, including his scoring record, physical attributes, and ability to perform under pressure. Finally, we will discuss what this transfer could mean for Flamengo, a club that has relied heavily on Pedro's contributions, as well as the implications for the player himself as he considers a major move to European football. By unpacking these elements, we aim to provide a comprehensive overview of a story that has captured the imagination of fans around the world, offering insights into the motivations and potential outcomes of this exciting transfer saga. Arsenal has been undergoing a period of transition and renewal within its squad. Under the management of Mikel Arteta, the club is looking to rise again in the Premier League and compete for titles. One of the areas Arsenal has identified as crucial for improvement is the striker position. Although they have options in their squad, the lack of a forward who can be a reference in the box has been a chronic problem. With this in mind, recruiting a player like Pedro could be a strategic move for Arsenal. Pedro, 26, has stood out at Flamengo in recent years, showcasing high-quality football and establishing himself as one of Brazil's top strikers. His finishing ability, intelligent movement, and technical skills are characteristics that make him an attractive player for any European club. Additionally, his experience in international competitions and his background in Brazilian football make him a valuable asset. At Flamengo, Pedro has already won several titles, including the Copa Libertadores and the Brazilian Championship. He has become a fan favorite and is undoubtedly one of the most sought-after players in Brazilian football. However, his departure from Flamengo would not be an easy decision for either the player or the club. Arsenal's need for a striker is evident. With some players leaving and the search for a more competitive squad, the team requires a goal scorer who can be decisive in crucial moments. Pedro fits this profile. His ability to score goals in various game situations and his physical presence in the box could provide Arsenal with a new offensive dynamic. Furthermore, Arsenal's style of play, which aims to promote an offensive and engaging football, aligns well with Pedro's characteristics. He is a player who can quickly adapt to European football, especially considering his history in high-level competitions. In recent days, various news sources have mentioned Arsenal's interest in Pedro. Information about possible negotiations and transfer fees has started circulating, further fueling the speculations. It is important to emphasize that Flamengo is unlikely to release the player easily. The Rio de Janeiro club has plans to keep their star player, and as such, they will likely demand a significant amount for him to be considered sold. Rumors are further intensified by interviews and statements from people close to the player, indicating that Pedro is open to a transfer to Europe. This generates the expectation that negotiations could advance quickly, especially if Arsenal decides to make a formal offer. Pedro's possible departure would have a significant impact on Flamengo. The club would need to find a worthy replacement, which is not an easy task in the market. Losing such an influential player could destabilize the team, which already faces a tight schedule and important competitions ahead. Flamengo therefore needs to be prepared for this eventuality, whether through signings or promoting players from their youth academy. Additionally, Flamengo's fans and management will certainly be paying close attention to any movements regarding Pedro's transfer. The pressure to keep the player will be high, and the final decision could have repercussions in various spheres of the club. For Pedro, a transfer to Arsenal could represent a new phase in his career, Playing in the Premier League, one of the most competitive leagues in the world, would be an opportunity to prove himself in a new setting and perhaps win new titles and international recognition. However, it is also important to consider the weight of the decision. Life in a new country, adapting to a new lifestyle, and the challenge of integrating into a new team are factors that could influence his choice. In summary, the speculation surrounding Pedro and Arsenal is a topic that has generated much discussion among fans and experts. Arsenal's need for a striker and Pedro's qualities make this possibility quite appealing. However, Flamengo will also be prepared to fight to keep their player. What happens in the coming months will be crucial not only for Pedro's future, but also for the ambitions of both clubs. Stay tuned, as news about this negotiation could emerge at any moment.